Question 14, Part A. Factorise x squared plus 5x plus 4. Now that is a quadratic, so we're going to need two brackets. Factorise means put into brackets. So we're going to have x's in both the brackets. Now we need two numbers that times together to make positive 4 and add together to make positive 5. So 4 and 1. Positive 4, positive 1. Will do. Okay, so that's the final answer. Now, just to check, you can always multiply out these brackets and it should get you back to this. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. So x times x is x squared. X times 4 is plus 4x. 1 times x is plus x. 1 times 4 is plus 4. Now if we collect like terms, that gives us x squared plus 5x plus 4. So is that the same as what we started with? Yes, it is. So that is worth 2 marks. Now if you got one factor correct, then you get the first mark. If you've got this and both of them correct, you get the second mark as well. Part B says expand and simplify 3x minus 1 by 2x plus 5. So 3x minus 1 times by 2x plus 5. So we're going to times this by this, this by this, this by this, and this by this. So 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times 5 is positive 15x. Minus 1 times 2x is minus 2x. Minus 1 times 5 is minus 5. And if we collect like terms, that's going to be 6x squared positive 13x minus 5. And that's the final answer. So part B is worth 2 marks. And you get 2 marks for the fully correct answer. You get 1 mark for 3 out of not more than 4 terms including signs, or 4 terms correct ignoring the positive and negatives. So let me say that again. So you get 1 mark for 3 out of 4 terms including signs. So if you got 3 of these correct, you get the first 1 method mark. If you got all 4 right but you messed up the signs, then you would get 1 mark as well. If you got this final answer, which is perfectly correct, then you get 2 marks. Okay, so part C, write as a single fraction 1 over 2x plus 1 over 5x minus 1 over 3x. So you can only add or take away fractions with the same denominator, with a common denominator. And to get a common denominator, normally you can multiply these 3 together. But in this case, the common denominator is going to be 5 times 2, which is 10, times 3, which is 30x. Okay, so 30x. So for this one, we had to multiply it by 15. So we have to multiply the top by 15. Now, 1 over 5x, we had to multiply the denominator by 6. So we have to multiply the top by 6. Minus, we had to multiply this one, the denominator by 10. So we're going to times the top by 10. Now we can write this as a single fraction. And that is 15 add 6, which is 21. Take away 10, which is 11. So we're going to have 11 over 30x. And that's the final answer. So this is also worth 2 marks, part C. And the first one's a method mark for attempting to use a correct common denominator with at least 2 correct equivalent fractions. So if you try to use a common denominator with at least 2 of these being correct, then you get the first method mark. The second mark comes from a final answer of 11 over 30x. And that's it for question 14.